Hey guys, welcome to beautiful Townsend, Tennessee. We're at the hotel today. Been here the last couple of days working on our operations. Flew and drove in some of our team members, our DO, our new asset and project manager, and just getting really deep in how we need to fix the hotel to meet the higher standards and the higher quality now that we've started our renovation, because we finally got our renovation closed yesterday after a 3.5 month delay with the USDA. So we're stoked for that. But now we've got to operate like hell, beat our renovation timelines, and find a way to make up some of the lost revenues with getting behind on the project. So let's go check out where we're at and what our plans are upcoming for the rest of the month of August. Here we are at the main office. You can tell behind me the work has got started. The plumber started, I think, about 10 or 12 days ago. Did the plumbing from building 1 and 2. The drain lines had roots in there. They're cast iron, so they're rotted out from the inside. We found out after the fact, after we closed, because I scoped all the lines like you should in your due diligence to make sure you're not having these issues. But we didn't go all the way to the septic tanks because the whole town of Townsend is on septic. So we have like 8 or 9 septic tanks, and we didn't go all the way to it. So we had to replace all the plumbing, so that's done now. We've got the new PVC in, and we're just waiting for them to come back on Monday to, lay the gravel, repave and restripe. We're gonna go all the way down to the street. All of this and this whole parking lot, the other L side of it, will be really nice, repaved and restriped. So it's not as friendly as we want it to be right now, but we're making good progress in the rooms as well. So this is just one little snippet. Come check it out. Master key, something you guys gotta get for hotels, makes it way easier. So here we are in one of our units. So you can see everything got demoed out. They've prepped the walls for painting. So any holes, scratches, scuffs, whatever, this unit right now is ready to paint, which they'll do on Monday. So we closed yesterday, right? So then they overnighted the checks. So because of just the admin of them overnighting them, they actually get overnighted today on Friday, August 2nd today. So they'll get them on Monday, buy all the paint, all the materials that we need, the new trim and stuff, paint first, then come and do the new flooring, the trim, the fixtures. And this will be a mix of double queen rooms and also single king, like the beds, 2 queen beds or single king beds. And I'm really excited about these rooms. These are really gonna pop. It's gonna have wallpaper on this whole back wall that'll really be like a statement piece and draw in your attention. It's gonna be, the whole wall will be like a Smoky Mountain appeal. It'll be black and white with, to kind of counterbalance against the color on the walls, like our dark blues and dark greens, really with this earthy vibe that we're going with the modern mountain design theme here at the hotel. So that'll look great. And then out here on our balcony, every room at the hotel, except like 5, has their own private balconies. Also next week, starting the 3 bushes right there, we can go over there in a minute, but those are gonna get pulled out and become our pool bar. Our goal for the next 30 to 45 days is to get all of our rooms, our 26 rooms in this phase, open by Labor Day. And then by the time we have the conference, Boutique Hotel Con, September 13th through the 15th, is to have the pool bar done, the pool furniture out here, so that we have all this stuff ready to go, plus our venue, plus our lobby, and then be working on building 3 on the interior of those rooms to get those done too. So stuff is starting to move really good. And before we leave this room, I gotta talk about what we're doing in the bathroom. So I think this is gonna be really cool. All this tile will be redone, and then we'll have tile showers in here, new vanities, new light fixtures. These ceilings are gonna come up as well, new toilets, and this will be a tile shower with a glass divide. So not only will you walk into a much better aesthetically designed room, like Summerlet's designs in here are freaking awesome, an all new bathroom, new appliances and fixtures on here. These rooms are gonna be really, really nice. These are like fully everything redone. We've got the suites above us and the fitness center, which we can go check out, but it's gonna be cool. This is one of our other units in this same building. I think something that'll be really cool is you can see the old framing of the drop ceiling, which they did because the plumbing for the building's top and bottom runs through like between the units where it's sandwiched here. So we're actually doing a new framing system so that we can put wood tongue and groove ceilings in that'll run long ways and really elongate this room, add a nice feature when you walk in. It'll make it feel more open, more natural with the wood, and really fit, that mountain vibe on the wall, the earthy tones. and the colors and the paint, right? The flow of the outside to the balcony and the outdoor space. Everything else will be new. We're really excited for these ones to come together. All this is phase one. Because we got backed up 3 months, right? We're supposed to close at the end of April. Here we closed on August 1st, which is a pain in the butt because that missed our ramp up period, right? We had 3 months of renovation progress we're supposed to be making that we did not. So that means we've got to change how we're going about this renovation. And now what that looks like for us is really busting our asses to get these first 26 rooms done by the end of August and launched by Labor Day, and then getting the guys into building 3 before that so we can have our next batch done by mid-September. So it'll give us 26 rooms plus 18 done in those first 2 phases by mid-September. So it's really compressing 2 months into about a month and a half so that we're live for my conference here when all the people come in and we have our venue rented out for the people for the conference. And also what we're gonna do before is we were gonna renovate all the way through October, which is our highest month. So now when we get those first 2 phases done in the middle of September, we're just pausing. We're not doing any more renovations for 6 weeks until early November. That way we have all 130 units live at the same time through our highest season of the year. And that should allow us to have an extra 25 units available to rent that we did not anticipate to have because we're going to renovate through that time period, right? And then we should be renting those units at $40 to $50 per night more. So that gives us an opportunity to make up some or, most, if not all, of the lost revenue that we had by getting delayed, because October is crazy busy, like the whole mountains. I guess they call it the leaf season. So it's, colors of yellow and red and orange. Like it's just absolutely beautiful here that time of year. So it gives us a chance to get back what we lost. And by that time in October, really in September, this pool area is gonna be done. The pool bar is gonna go on the other side. That's gonna allow us during that high season to have a bartender out at that bar slinging drinks on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights for that high 6 weeks that we're gonna have, plus the conference, which will be nice because that'll loosen up everybody to chat and everything. So we'll get that done first. But what we're gonna do at the same time while we're doing that, right, we have to take the electrical lines and the plumbing lines to that pool bar. So we're gonna do the same for the pavilion that's under the oak trees here in the center area. We're gonna do both at the same time. So we get the groundwork for both done. That'll expedite kind of the build out process, and we'll order the materials for both so that we have them on site and the guys can just move from one to the other. So we can get the pavilion, which is gonna have that fire pit overlook and all that stuff, also up in October, hopefully. So by then, we'll have our first 3 or 4 buildings done, our big statement piece amenities on this side of the property, our fitness center right behind us, and really be able to just crush in October, hopefully. So since my last update, some stuff has been going on, of course, like there always is. Some opportunities, but always the challenges. So we did have like the biggest oak tree I've ever seen in my life that was right here that fell down. Thankfully, it missed all the buildings around us and just fell so gracefully, but it did take like 4 or 5 days to get completely like moved from here. And then we had to do the stump grinding and then come back with the seed and the straw. So this area looks sad, but it had a freaking Goliath of a tree fall down. We're trying to get the grass back. And also in this building, this is building 4. So these are nice suites. They got jacuzzis in them. They've got their living rooms and the bedrooms area. 12 units, 6 on the inside or on the outside, and then 6 on the inside of the pool room. These 6 on the outside do great reviews, great nightly rates, all that kind of stuff. But the ones inside, we have this commercial HVAC system right here that went out. So you've got a heated pool in there with chemicals and a hot room with like big glass. So the humidity really gets at that room. It's corroded a lot of stuff. It's getting into the rooms, and like perspiration is coming down the doors on the inside and like making people's things in the rooms feel damp. So a lot of bad reviews that we're getting from these 6 units, but we found the system's like $30,000 to $60,000 to replace. So we're trying to get more quotes and see how we can get that repaired on top of balancing all these renovation schedules, design deliveries, our operations updates. So this property with 10 acres, 130 units never has a dull moment, I tell you what. So I've given the property tour around this place about 300 times, and every time we get to about here in the middle of the property, they're like, is that building over there yours? And I'm like, yeah, that's also ours. We talked about the other big amenity area of the pool bar and the pavilion, but there's actually 2 on this property. So we've got 10 acres. It really spreads out. And right behind me in this section behind between the trees is going to be where the putt-putt's going, and the pickleball court is going on the far side of the tree, kind of in between here and the other pool that's getting resurfaced in this phase of the renovation. So we're getting actually a lot done. This was our biggest draw. It's like, I think a $750,000 draw for this phase 1. So it's the pool, it's buildings 1 and 2, the pool bar, the pavilion, all the FF&E. So a lot's getting spent, but we also have a lot of opportunities to make this space into something special. And about how we can get some of that revenue earned back that we didn't earn this summer because of the delays is this building right here. So this is what we're expecting or anticipating that we turn into a restaurant. So the bottom level will be the restaurant and retail space in the front. And we might even get some, e-bikes or something like that that we can line up out front and rent out, because the Townsend Greenway, which we started the video on, goes all the way through town, goes down to the national park. We have a lot of families staying on property. So to rent e-bikes for whatever, 35, 45 bucks for the day, or maybe we add on a $10 resort fee and for every reservation, and then the bikes are included. So you can do cool things like that to get extra revenue. So that's one idea. The restaurant on this first floor is the other way we can do that. Employee housing will just be on the top. But what we're thinking is, you walk in the front and then you have this door in the back to flow outside. And what we'll do is put a lean-to here that covers this area. We'll get all this gravel churned up and go back with decomposed granite, so which is like a really fine landscaping rock. Seating tables out here. Then we've got this pavilion back here that will restain, have more seating. So my thought is that maybe with the space that we have inside, including the addition of the kitchen, right, because we got to be able to prep food, will be maybe 6 to 8 tables. But then out here, we'll have another 14 to maybe 20, 22 with parking in this area that we have to make some small adjustments for. Parking for about 20. So then you've got indoor seating, you've got a restaurant with food and beverage, and I'm thinking craft beer, right, and wine nights, so that after you come back from the national park or people coming in from Maryville to get a nice dinner, they can eat outside and have these views of the mountains, or bring your kids and they can play around, use the playground, play putt-putt. And something else that's cool is we have this stage right here that, the contractors are redoing right now, but that's gonna be an outdoor movie theater screen and a stage, so we can have local artists come play and have like a concert night in the park and have food trucks parked out in our parking lot here, or play, Finding Nemo for the kids and stuff. So then it's like you can get your food, you can sit outdoors and enjoy the mountain views. You have amenities like this to use, this big green space to run around. So those are the plans that we're putting in place now, and we're really working on the branding of how to incorporate this restaurant into the vibe and the aesthetic of the hotel as a whole, right? Because thinking about this property with 15, 16, 17 employees at this point is very operational heavy. So I was very hesitant to take on the operations of the restaurant as well. But if we can find a way to integrate it, utilize it with our commercial kitchen in the venue to where we can do in-house catering and alcohol sales for all of our events, that's a way that we can drive our revenue here and really get through more slow seasons, right? And have extra revenue sources so that we're not laying people off, and just build a more, financially successful hotel that doesn't have the big swings, but there's some operational complexity to do that. So those are our plans. All right, guys, that is the Tremont Lodge renovation update for the extended version, right? And I did want to point one thing out. We are getting the signs redone. So I hate how this says another hotel's name. It's because this parcel used to be separated. So we put in that draw request today, and I really wanted to give this opportunity to talk about, and really to put in light how we're taking things that maybe aren't necessities of the renovation so that we can get things in that are, right? Because as this is delayed, we had to make some budget decisions to make sure that we could get everything that we needed to done. And especially as we're pushing for Labor Day now, right? It's like getting the designers out here, getting all the furniture here, getting the contractors pushed through the first building phase. So we get everything done, these units live, and finally renting at the higher rates, because we really need to achieve this ramp up period. So hopefully it's cool to see that for you guys. And I think then on the next one, do more of an operations deep dive, because now that our team is really humming, we're starting to focus on our front desk operations to really get better at our guest service and how we're treating guests, how they're welcomed into the hotel, because housekeeping is doing, a really good job meeting our better quality standards. So now it's about bringing it all around at the hotel and how we do that here at the Tremont. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you guys want to learn how to do this at your own hotels, maybe you found a hotel and got it under contract, or maybe there's one that you're looking at and want help with how to operate it, you can go to the link below and we can talk about the mastermind so you can learn more about that and see about joining the group of cool people doing hotel deals, right? That I'm leading, and we're doing the conference coming up. So maybe that's something good for you to, so you can actually see the hotel. So that's boutiquehotelcon.com. The link will also be below. So just want to tell you guys that in closing, and I will see you on the next one with hopefully finished rooms.